Hi everyone, welcome back to Controller AI. My name is Savannah, and today I'm going to walk you through how to build an AI-powered email classification workflow, one that analyzes incoming emails, decides what to do with them, and sends Slack notifications to your team. In this example, we're going to create a workflow that does a ton of things. 1. Uses AI to classify an incoming email. 2. Determines if it should be archived or not. 3. Assigns a spam score. 4. Decides whether it is spam or not. 5. Tags the appropriate Slack team. And 6. Sends a Slack message with a summary. And all of those things will happen under only the right conditions. Let's jump in. To keep this video short, I've already placed a few nodes, but the main thing I want to show you today is how powerful dynamic data and expressions are inside of Controller AI. First, let's take a look at the Ask AI node. Here, I already wrote a prompt to the AI saying, "You're an email classifier for my business. Below, you will be given the body of a new email that has arrived. Your task is to answer the following questions." And from there, I outline exactly what I wanted to return. Things like which Slack teams to tag, whether the email should be auto-archived, a spam score from 1 to 100, or 0 to 100, whether it should be marked as spam, and the reasoning behind the decision. To organize this output, I created a custom data type called email classification. You can create your own custom data types by opening the data type list and clicking Create New Data Type. From there, you define the fields. For example, we have Slack teams as text, also a list, auto archive as true or false, spam score as a number, mark as spam as true or false, and agent reasoning as text. Once that's set up, we're ready to pass in our inputs. I already set 4 of those inputs up here. So for this flow, we just need some basic inputs. I created from, subject, email body, and message ID, all as text. And I know I need message ID because when I drag in the archive email node into the canvas, it requires that field. Let's close that. Now, this is where the dynamic data really shines in Controller AI. Inside of the Ask AI node, I click Insert Dynamic Data to the right. This allows me to pull in values from my flow inputs that I just showed you. So for from, I'm going to select from, and then I can just go down the line. So Insert Dynamic Data for subject, and again for email body. And that's it. Now, whatever email comes into the workflow, those values will automatically get passed onto the Ask AI prompt. No coding, no complex formatting, just clean, dynamic data. Super easy. Now, let's talk about conditions. After the Ask AI node runs, I only want it to archive an email if the AI decides auto archive is true. So instead of writing any code, I'll simply set a condition. Go over here to where it says only when Ask AI's output, email classification, auto archive is true. That's it. Now let's set up Slack. I already selected a channel and selected a public test channel that we have, AI test. So in this field, you'll write exactly what you want the Slack message to be. So I'll go ahead and click here, new email received from, insert dynamic data, and from. Now let's add summary. I click insert dynamic data, select email body, and choose the operator summarize with AI. This allows me to instantly summarize the email without adding another node onto the canvas. So for this prompt, we have summarize the given text concisely, capturing the key points. I also want to add keep it short and hit close. And that's it. Now I'll get a clean summary directly into my Slack messages. Next, we want to make sure we tag the correct teams. Earlier, I defined Slack teams inside my email classification data type. So now I insert dynamic data, email classification, Slack teams, and since this is a list, I'll use the Stringify operator to convert it into readable text. That means it'll just say like sales, support, legal, etc. And when you hover over it, you can even see how it evaluates. Now, we'll add conditions to the Slack node. Let's scroll down. First, only run this message when the email classification, mark as spam, is false. We don't want any spam messages flooding our Slack. Second, and only run this message when the email classification Slack teams count is greater than 0, and hit close. We just want to make sure that someone is always alerted about these messages. Okay, now let's test the workflow. I'll scroll up. Oop, too much. Okay. Now let's hit test in the top right. We'll enter some fake example data and I'll paste that over now. Okay, so now we have from, subject line, the email body, and a random message ID. Then we click test flow. Now we can watch it run. The AI node processes the email, and if we check the output, we can see the spam score is 5, the auto archive is false, mark as spam is false, and the Slack teams are tagged, also with their reasoning below. Perfect. Since auto archive was false, the archive node didn't run, which is exactly what we wanted. Then we can check Slack. And the message was sent. It includes the sender, a short summary, and the tag teams. And that's it. That's the power of Controller AI. You don't need to know how to code. You can just use plain English, dynamic data, and AI native operators to build powerful, intelligent workflows. I hope this showed you how to build creative and efficient AI workflows with Controller AI. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time.